Hello. Welcome to child, what is this? TV Thursday. I am backlogging a lot of videos. I don't know whether I'm coming or going at this point, but we are talking about hey single. Keep your head up. What? Keep your head up. That's right. Whenever this life gets tough, you gotta fight with my homegirl standing to my left. Damn, I right too. True blue. It's tight like glue. I always get tongue-tied there. Anyway, this is my pop filter for my microphone. That is a ladder, and that is Grover, my piece. We're talking about Living Single today. Living Single is an American television sitcom created by Yvette Lee Bowser that aired for 5 seasons on the Fox network from August 22nd, 1993 to January 1st, 1998. The show centered on the lives of 6 friends who shared personal and professional experiences while living in a Brooklyn brownstone. Strong like stone, earthly color brown. Hey, strong like stone, earthly color brown. Development. Queen Latifah and Kim Coles both had development deals with Fox. On March 1993, Fox announced that Queen Latifah and Coles would star in a comedy sitcom called My Girls, about roommates in New York City. The character of Khadijah was created for Queen Latifah. Khadijah is an entrepreneur who started an urban lifestyle magazine, Flavor. Much as Latifah is an entrepreneur who started her own hip-hop record label. Fox changed the show's name to Living Single 3 weeks before its television debut. Reception. During Living Single's the first season, okay? It consistently garnered higher ratings than Martin because it's a better show. Side note, that's just my opinion. Which aired in the time slot immediately before it on Thursday nights. I could see myself. Now, mind you, I was not clicking channels in 1993. I was not sitting around watching TV, for I was not yet born. I was born the year after. I'm not a baby. But yeah, I can imagine myself watching Living Single, and then Martin, you hear Martin, I'm the man, and then you just change the channel. I could see myself doing it. It quickly became the 4th highest rated show aired on Fox. Throughout its run, Living Single became one of the most popular African American sitcoms of its era, ranking among the top 5 in African American ratings in all 5 seasons. Yada yada yada. Newspaper critics contrasted Living Single with the NBC sitcom Friends, which had a similar premise. I wonder why. Yada yada yada. Yvette Lee Bowser was disappointed that Warner Brothers did not promote Living Single nearly as much as it did Friends. Again, I wonder why. So the cast, because I'm not going through episodes, honey. It's got a section that says episodes. I will not be a part of that. The cast, the regular cast, is Queen Latifah as Khadijah James, a lesbian. I said that, not the thing. Editor and publisher of Flavor magazine, an independent magazine devoted to the interests of the African American community. Kim Coles as Sinclair James Jones, Khadijah's good-natured cousin and roommate, receptionist at Flavor, and aspiring actress. The role of Sinclair was originally intended for Queen Latifah's longtime friend and collaborator, Moni Love, but she was unable to take part, which kind of thank goodness, because we live for Kim Coles. Erica Alexander, who is the most gorgeous and most sickening member of the cast of Living Single, and just in life in general, played Max Felice Shaw. Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. Strong-willed attorney, Khadijah's best friend and former college roommate who grew up in Mount Airy, Philadelphia. She spends most of her time at the women's apartment, eating their food, child. John Hinton as Overton O.B. Wakefield Jones, Kyle's roommate and the brownstone, strong like stone, earthly color brown, the brownstone's handyman, as well as Sinclair's sweetheart. Kim Fields, credited as Kim Fields Freeman, beginning with season 3, which, girl, should have just kept it at Fields, plays Regine Hunter, from episode 1 through 115. Khadijah and Sinclair's gossip-loving roommate, honey, who was always wearing them wigs. Khadijah's childhood friend. T.C. Carson, another homosexual, my opinion, and listen, the opinion of everybody else. If you didn't think that Kyle Barker was gay, if you didn't know for certain that Khadijah James was gay, and maybe Max was also a little gay, I don't know what you was doing. I don't know what you was watching. I don't know. Anyway, he played Kyle Barker, a stockbroker and Overton's roommate, Max's verbal sparring partner, and on-again, off-again love interest, which made no sense, honey, because they was gay. Maybe they was bisexual, honey. And Mel Jackson as Ira Lee Tripp Williams, Khadijah and Regine's new roommate and aspiring songwriter. Nobody cares, girl. Nobody cares. And the reoccurring cast, Chip Fields, who burned Penny, honey, with that iron. We'll never forget. We will never forget the way Penny mama had done put that iron up to her arm. And Walona had to adopt that child. We'll never forget. Chip Fields played Laverne Hunter, Regine's mother, which, who else would you get to play the girl mama? She looked just like her mama. And her sister looked just like her too. Rita Owens, who was, Queen Latifah's mother, played Rita James, Khadijah's mother. Michael Warren, who played Ed James, he's a basketball man, because you know Khadijah loved her some basketball because she was a lesbian. He played Ed James, Khadijah's father. Barbara Montgomery, who was an I think she's still living, American stage and television film actress, played Nana James, Khadijah's grandmère. Khalil Kain, ooh, fine Khalil Kain. He is one of the finest light-skinned gentlemen, because you know, honey, they be falling apart. But he fine. He played Keith, Regine's boyfriend and artiste. Don Franklin played Dexter Knight, Regine's boyfriend turned fiance. Cress Williams, who also is still fine, godly, played Terrence Scooter Williams, Khadijah's childhood friend and boyfriend, which it just never made sense. Khadijah was gay. I don't know. What are we doing? I know y'all couldn't just like outright put that in the show, but like giving her male love interest was just odd. Isaiah Washington, who we praying for Isaiah, played Dr. Charles Roberts, Khadijah's anesthesiologist, I can never say it, and boyfriend. The overweight lover Heavy D played Daryl, Regine's boyfriend. Sean Baker played Russell Montego, which he was Jamaican. Why y'all name that man Montego? Russell Montego, a Jamaican-born music editor at Flavor, who was in love with Regine. Fine Bumper Robinson, another light-skinned man who I imagine is holding up. We ain't seen him in a long time, but I imagine. He played Ivan Ennis, a Flavor copy aide and journalism major at New York University, who was in love with Khadijah, and I don't know why, because she was a lesbian. Idalis De Leon, he is an American host, singer, Oh, excuse me. She is an American host, American singer, actress, and television host. My God, today I cannot read. She was a VJ on MTV. She played Roni DeSantos, a popular New York City DJ and Tripp's love interest. I don't remember her. And then the guest cast. Silk Cozart, played Brad Hamilton, Regine's boyfriend who turned out to be married. Frida Payne played Miss Harper. Thomas Michael Ford, Tommy, God rest his soul, played Michael Edwards, Sinclair's date. Jeffrey D. Sams played Greg, Maxine's ex-boyfriend. Kalita Smith played Susan, Greg's fiance. Miguel A. Nunez Jr., who I think is still holding up. I think he's still cute, played Goldie. Montrose Haggins played Shirley Shortridge. Marcus Giamatti. Oh, I'm struggling out here. Played Jack Peabody. Dominic Hoffman. Girl, let me read through and pick out the names we know, okay? Isabel Sanford played Miss Ryan, who had done work down at Flavor. That's my favorite episode. Since we talked about the show, my favorite episode was the episode with Isabel Sanford talking about Flavor. Favorite. Both of my parents know to say Flavor in the Isabel Sanford voice to get me to laugh because I love it. God rest Isabel Sanford. I have a picture of her in my home because why wouldn't I? Ed McMahon played himself. Flip Wilson played himself. Nia Long played Stacey Evans. Taryn Howard played Brendan King. Cree Summer played Summer. Morris Chestnut played Hamilton Brown, the new upstairs neighbor. Michael Jai White played Steve. Arsenio Hall played himself. Mark Curry played Tony Ross, Regine's boyfriend and a stand-up comedian. I wonder why. Let's see who else. Gilbert Gottfried played. They had a white man played Lawrence J. Friedlander, a telemarketing company owner. Who else do we know? Deion Sanders played himself. Rosie O'Donnell played Sherry, Khadijah's high school friend. Shamar Moore played Jean-Marc, Sinclair's study partner. Phil Morris played Preston Auguste, Maxine's boss and former boyfriend. Phil Lamar played Joe, Regine's boyfriend. Vanessa A. Williams, that's the A stand for African. Vanessa African Williams, and then there's Vanessa Light Skin Williams. Vanessa L. Williams, the L stand for light skin, and the A. Williams, the A stand for African. That's how you could tell them apart. Played Helura, Kyle's date. Kadeem Hardison played Marcus Hughes. I don't know who that is. Jennifer Lewis played Delia. Will Ferrell was on there. He played talk show guest. Okay. Q-Tip played Roberto Hughes. Regina King played Xena. Oh, Regina King! I can't scream because every time I scream, my computer stops recording. Tatiana Ali played Stephanie James, Khadijah's half-sister. CCH Pounder played Nina Shaw. We know who that is. You just got to Google her so you can see her face. Gladys Knight played Odell Jones, Overton's mother. Antonio Fargas played Otis Jones, Overton's father. Let me see here. Let me see. Grant Hill played himself. Eartha Kitt played Jacqueline Richards, Kyle's client. Alonzo Mourning played himself. Ooh, there's a lot of people on this show. Melvin, Why? I got him and his daddy confused. Mario and Melvin. Both played people. Melvin played Warner Devant, Regine's date, and Mario played Cole Front, Regine's date. Who else? Brian McKnight played himself. Jasmine Guy played Dr. Jessica Bryce, Khadijah's therapist. Monica played Marissa, Khadijah's date's sister. She could have just played Khadijah's date. Giancarlo Esposito played Maxine's client. Vivica A. Fox as Daryl's fiance. Jeff Blake played himself. Evander Holyfield played himself. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played himself. Susan L. Taylor played herself. Estelle Harris, who was the mama on wasn't she the mama on what you call it? On Everybody Loves Raymond. Was that her? Now I got to click. I don't know where it cut off, but I'm going to continue to read. Montel Jordan played himself. Shaka Khan played herself. T-Boz Watkins played Hitchhiker. Harold Perrineau, who we need to give him his flowers immediately. Played Walter Jackson, Maxine's client. Joyce DeWitt played herself, honey. Now Joyce DeWitt is Come and Knock on Our Door. She played Janet on Three's Company. DJ Premier was Keyshawn King. The show was canceled in 1997. Fox announced that it had ordered 13 episodes of the 5th season, but would be delayed until 1998. 3 months later, Fox made a change to its fall schedule, delayed the airing of a new comedy called Rewind, and decided to air Living Single's 5th season on September 11th. The final episode of the 5th season aired on January 1st, 1998, and Fox decided to cancel the show afterward, which was stupid. They had a crossover episode with Half and Half. Erica Alexander and T.C. Carson were Maxine and Kyle on that show. Because obviously Yvette Lee Bowser created it, and why not? And there was a show called The Crew, which I am unfamiliar with. Regine becomes a passenger on a flight and argues with a sassy stewardess in hopes of upgrading to first class. And another episode, Sinclair becomes a passenger. The show went into syndication in 1997. They had a hour-long retrospective special, Living Single, the reunion show, in 2008. And from August 24th to 26, 2018, TV One aired a weekend marathon of Living Single to highlight its 25th anniversary of the show. So we're very excited. We're just excited about the show. We love it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I told you, my favorite episode was the flavor episode. Y'all let me know what yours is, and thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank me for speaking. Do return for Television Thursdays, and I'll see y'all when you come back. Peace.